Good morning, tribe. How you guys doing? I hope everybody's having a great day. Now, look, I don't normally jump on every little thing that goes on these YouTube streets. Y'all know that. Every once in a while, I stick my head in. I see what's going on. You know, I told y'all before. Ooh, my hair's looking crazy. Excuse me. I told y'all before. My mother told me don't be playing in these streets. So I'm very careful about when I sneak out the back door and go, dip my feet in what's going on. So here's the thing. I got a few minutes because my car warming up. Okay, it's cold. Let my car warm up. So I got a few minutes for y'all today. There is nothing more pathetic than a one-sided fight. Y'all know what I'm talking about? Remember when you were in school and you got real excited about a fight? Oh, so-and-so gonna be fighting. Oh, so-and-so gonna be fighting. Yeah, so-and-so and so-and-so, 3 o'clock. Yeah, so-and-so and so-and-so down in the park. At my school, we had to, because I went to Catholic school, and we would go down to the park, down the street and go fight. Yeah, we going down to the park after school. So-and-so gonna fight. So-and-so gonna fight. It was all fun and games until one person started getting the better of the other person. And then it became pathetic. Y'all know what I'm talking about? Then that's when people would jump in to break it up. Say, all right, that's enough, that's enough. Because at the end of the day, we all, for the most part, have a certain bloodlust. We like to see a good fight. Whether it be a verbal fight, whether it be a good read, whether it be a physical fight, right? A lot of us get into all of that. But at the end of the day, we don't like to see a bully. We don't like to see a one-sided event. So I say all that to say, this is what's going on with Miss Alien, right? She decided to go, cause I don't even watch her lives anymore. I used to, I used to, especially in the heyday of all the back and forth. I did. Now, I ain't watch all of them. And I would click my way through to see what I wanted to see. And sometimes she brings some good gossip. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I want to see what's going on with them housewives and stuff like that. But I stopped indulging because I felt like she started getting to a level, I started putting her on a Kaya level. And that's not entertaining to me. But I started seeing videos popping up these last day or two that she done took to the U of the tube to once again reopen the scab or pick at the scab that is her and Funky Dineva's friendship, or was. We know what happened. We know y'all fell out. We know that there have been rumors for a very long time about Funky Dineva and drugs. Matter of fact, Funky Dineva even admitted that he has indulged. That he hasn't gotten into any detail of what his current level of indulgement is, and that ain't really nobody's business. But when you start talking about people's status and speculating on people having a status or being sick, and especially when it comes from a place of ignorance, that is where it puts a burr in my saddle. That's an old cowboy reference. Y'all don't know nothing about that. It puts a burr in my saddle. And we were talking about this on G Status ATL Hustle, where one of the participants was making comments about someone else maybe having an HIV status because they are very promiscuous and they do porn or did porn. Whenever you start it's one thing for us to laugh and joke and go back and forth and all that, but when you start talking about people's status and start speculating on whether they are sick, now we're moving into a different situation. Now we're moving to a place that might get your ass sued or get your ass kicked. To insinuate that because at one point in time Funky Dineva and Justin J had a relationship to the extent that nobody really knows. Now you might know because you were friends with him at the time. But to insinuate that A plus B equals C, it's reckless. It is reckless. It's reckless, and it's come from a place of ignorance. I really thought, although I'm learning in the last maybe 6 months to a year, I'm learning that we have not come as far as I thought we had come in the knowledge about HIV and AIDS. I really thought, I was a kid when it first hit the world, And I remember the ignorance. Parents not wanting kids to go to school. I remember the little boy in Florida who couldn't go to school. You know, people not wanting, nurses not wanting to touch, nurses, people who were trained in this shit, not wanting to touch AIDS patients. I mean, I remember the level of ignorance. Dennis, Magic Johnson not playing basketball. I remember the level of ignorance. And I thought we had gotten past that. But for you to insinuate that because this man dated someone who has now, mind you, they were years ago. Justin J just announced that he had HIV, he was HIV positive. He just announced it, and nobody knows to an extent. Nobody knows when he found out. Like, nobody really knows a lot more than what he told us, which we shouldn't. He didn't have to tell us what he told us. But for you to go on a live and for thousands of people to insinuate that now Funky Dineva might be sick, that's reckless. That's reckless. I don't give a fuck what happened with y'all friendship. I don't care how bad he trashed your house or whatever you accused him of. That's reckless. And then you're going to bring in T.S. Madison that ain't got shit to do with it. And then you want to start talking about, oh, her show is failing. How the fuck you figure that? How do you figure that her show is failing? She is selling out clubs all over the United States. She is selling out clubs all over the United States. She is putting people on that people haven't even heard of. She's bringing people out that people haven't even heard of. Whether she has a good show or a bad show, whether she has a show that I like, a co-host that I like or don't like, she still is getting thousands, hundreds of thousands of clicks. How do you figure her show is failing? Because as I recall, the person who she split from ain't even doing the show no more. So anyway, I just thought I would come on here and throw my little 2 cents in the ring. Like I said, I don't speak on everything, but on this one, y'all got me. Y'all got my attention. Because whenever I see a bully in a one-sided fight, it just ain't fun. See, as long as it was Kaya, T.S., ATLian, Josh, and they were all going back and forth, it was all fun. It was for shits and giggles. I laughed. I watched the videos. I did. I ain't gonna lie. But when it becomes a one-sided fight, see, Funky Dineva stopped fighting with your ass years ago, and you can't stand it. Funky Dineva responded, and he did his video, and he did his little 2 cents, and he read your ass, and he ain't spoke your name since. He has not spoken your name since. Even when you put that video, you went live when you got your final garnishment from him. And you went live. And I was waiting. I thought he was going to say something then. I really was, because I probably would have said something. Nope. He has totally ignored you. And for somebody that needs attention, that's the worst thing you could ever do. That's the worst thing you could do is ignore somebody. Now, anyway, I'm on my way to work. My car's warmed up. Y'all got 7 minutes of my time this morning. I normally don't do morning videos because I don't feel like talking to nobody in the morning. But that's how much that was on my heart. Y'all have a good day. I will check y'all in later. Something just popped across my screen while I was doing this video. I'm going to have to do another video because I got something to say about that too. All right. Peace, people.